It took me literally 500 productive hours of studying, of learning, of implementing on my own YouTube channel to teach you in like whatever minutes of this video. And the first lesson is stop obsessing over the result. It's about the belief, first of all. To get productive, we have to remove idea of wanting results. But you all fall through that trap. Whether it's studying in some career, whether it's hopping on some business model, you want the result. You want the end outcome. And so you skip all of the necessary steps, actions you have to take throughout the journey. Your journey becomes useless. When you're in need of the result, it pulls away. When you're trying to hit a girl, she feels that you're needy. She feels that you are a bit stalking her. You're pulling those weird jokes because you are afraid of her, because you need her. Let's talk about The Separation of Tasks by Alfred Adler. Read the book Courage to be Disliked, and I've read another book, Courage to be Happy. The book was so good. And what is the separation of tasks? Let's imagine you're working on some business model, and you want to get money, right? You want to get that magical 10K month mark. But what's important? You're doing the task, and what is in your control? Is getting money in your control? Yes, for some business models it is. But when you're creating content, do you actually control the intake of money? Do you control algorithms of YouTube? No. Do you control how much views you will get? Fuck no. It's not your responsibility. You have to maximize your inputs. You have to look at what you're putting into this shit and stop worrying about the outcome. Just put as much input as possible. Just put your soul into creating content. And then when you deserve that, when you actually put enough efforts, the money will come. You just have to stop worrying about it. It creates up a mental load. And you're worrying about the things you can control, which is the first rule of Stoicism. Just think about, how can I do this video better? How can I maximize the input? What tasks should I do? What's required for you to do more work, for you to do better work? I'm going to tell you not a conventional answer. Relax, rest. To actually perform at your work, you have to relax and stay away from your work outside of that block. When you're resting, you're actually resting. And when you're working, you're absolutely focused. It creates balance. It creates that natural energy, natural power bank. Imagine, when you're away, you're slowly and slowly recharging. And when it gets to 100%, you're ready to do the block, to do work, to be focused. And when you're drained, you naturally pull away and just, enjoy it. So, and you have to stop hustling. 10-hour workday is fucking bullshit. I'm gonna expose it right now. Like, you don't need to work more. Productivity is not correlated to time, not anymore. And it's never been. You've probably had that thought, right? Oh, he works for 8 hours a day. He's probably more productive than me. Oh, bro, he has 12-hour workday. He's a beast. But that's absolutely wrong. You need to be happy about it, that you work less. You need to be happy that he's enslaved to his work. He's sacrificing all of his day to get material outcome, to get money, which is fucking pathetic. Productivity actually is the opposite. It's being as efficient as possible per unit of time. It's operating as smooth as possible with time you're given. Let's imagine you're a student. Okay, your day is packed and will not sacrifice anything in your life. How much free time do you have? 1 hour, 2 hours? That's exactly when we need to feed in productivity and find leverage. If there wasn't no lever, humans, like 5,000 years ago, we couldn't be able to build a fucking pyramid. 5,000 kilo stones. People were about 80 kilos. So that 10x, 12x result is leverage. There are tasks in your niche, in your field of studying, in your field of business, when one will give you 10 times more in return, but you spend the same amount of time. You need to find those leverage tasks. Those are life or death tasks. Imagine you would eliminate all other tasks in your niche and you would leave one. What would it be? It should be the most important one. That's leverage. Do that task as much as possible. Do only that task. Because that's the 80-20 rule. 20% of tasks will give you 80% of returns. And that's exactly how it works. Because for content creators, just think about it. What would it be? Just pressing the record button and talking. This action will make you post on YouTube and will make you views. Not making logo. Task matters. And you have to choose it properly. What I'm talking about now is just the tip of the iceberg on what I'm covering in 7-day free productivity challenge. Procrastination, focus, time management, sleep optimization, like whatever. All that is covered and it's absolutely for free. Just check it out in the link below. You'll get 2 times more productive in a span of 7 days without feeling guilty, but work as less as possible. Have as much fun as possible. That's tricky, but it works like that. And now let's talk about the ability to deep work. Imagine you're on a stranded island and you have to survive. You have to get food. You have 2 options to get food. There are snails, there are slugs on the shore, there are small insects. There are thousands of them. Each of them is 1 calorie. In order to survive, you have to get 2,000 calories. But if you're eating them one by one, you will just get 1,000. And so you're just surviving. You have to stay on the shore to survive and eat those slugs, snails. There are antelopes in the middle of the island. There are wild boars, maybe like zebras, that they have 40, 50,000 calories. You have to hunt them down. It's super hard. And well, what's the trick? If you're going away from the shore, you have to make a spear, you have to make a knife, you have to find it, you have to hunt it down, stalk it. It takes up 3 days. But if you're not able to hunt it in 3 days, you're cooked, you're dead. Because in the middle of the island, there's no food. Imagine an isolated example. There's no food. Just that boar. If you don't make it, you're dead. But if you make it, 40,000 calories, and you're in the middle of the island. And what's more important? You have the ability to hunt those boars every single day. And so you will stack those boars. You will kill 3 a week. Now you're free, you're fine. The first option was the 9-to-5 job. You're stuck to one place. You're making just enough money to pass by, but you're not growing. You're not progressing. You're stuck to one field. It's shallow work. It's doing the unnecessary task that no one asks you to do, but it's easy for you. So you brainwash yourself to think you're productive by doing the task, but actually you're not making no progress. And the second one is deep work. Trying that risky online business. You're working for a lot of time without getting no results. One time, if you're dedicated enough, it clicks and you make money. And you get the skill, the leverage skill that will give you 10 times more money in return. Positive feedback loop. That's just the story of every single entrepreneur. Every single entrepreneur get rich because of productivity. This is the core lesson. You just have to get used to overcome procrastination and do that leverage task. Okay? We live a shallow life. We are doing momentary things. We're so full of dopamine, of brainwave content. We need to do easy things that we can do right now at the moment. But work and getting rich and being productive, working on online business is not about that. It's about delaying gratification. It's about hard tasks. It's about not seeing results for a long time. It's about coming up every single day and doing that one task. Yes, it's boring. At the same time, it's really fun. I'm going to talk about it now, but it's just not comfortable. You just have to put up with it and learn to work deeply. You have to find a task. Yes, we found a leverage task and get used to doing that. Like, apply the mindset of not a hard worker, not a hustler, but a guy who does the most important task. A guy who's not choosing comfort. Now, it's really important to work less as possible. The core of productivity is to be efficient. And so we're being efficient by working less. And actually, if you're working more than 2 hours a day, you're an idiot. It's just as simple as that. If you're working more than 2 hours a day, it means you're spreading your attention and you're doing bullshit tasks and you're putting it in a trash bin. There's a term called diminishing returns. When you start to learn some new skill, you start to put more time into it. You start to get curious, interested, and so it's slowly, and as you put more time, you get more results, right? The graph goes up. At some point, it stops. When you put more and more time into it, it stops getting you more results because it's not correlated with time anymore. And so you put more time, but the results are the same. And slowly they start to decline because you start wasting time. And that's exactly what happens when you work more than 2 hours a day. You can actually be really focused for 54 minutes. We need to take a small break after 54 minutes of focused work, which has been scientifically proven by Ali Abdaal, by other studies. And so when you work for more than 2 hours a day, you get completely exhausted. You start to do completely irrelevant tasks. Why? Because you think productivity is about working more hours, right? It's about, but I have to work. I have to feed my ego. I have to feel useful to this world. And that's how most of the people, 90% of people do work. They just cope. But you need to understand that when you work less, you're actually focused. You're putting all of the attention. Imagine, it's like a sniper rifle. When you're a sniper, you put one channeled shot, one channeled block of work. But when you're working for 6 hours, you're pulling out a shotgun, which spreads the bullets, which spreads your energy on any different tasks you switch up to, and your focus gets shifted, it gets widened, it gets wider, and so that's just bullshit. Learn to fuck your ego and just do the bare minimum, do the requirement. That's what's actually bringing you results. And what you do after that, you're having a lifestyle, because the lifestyle is the most important thing. It's not about the outcome, it's about process. Stop waiting for results. Set up and enjoy your lifestyle first. Learn to fun max, and when you're fun maxing, you're content with what you have right now. You're just happy. Your baseline is just happiness. You're doing meaningful work. You're contributing to the world. You're being productive. You're having fun as well. You're just going out with your friends. You're working on your physique. You're doing hobbies. You're running. And slowly but surely, results are coming. Slowly but surely, you start to get PRs in running. Slowly, you start to get the first video that popped off on 500 views, then 1,000 views. You start to pulling shorts. One gets 10,000 views. And the snowball effect. Separate the tasks and learn to just enjoy the moment. Because the moment is all we got. Without that, it's all useless. It's not about just working, just about, sitting at your desk and typing something. It's about life. It's about making it as useful but as fun as possible. And that's what I'm trying to teach you in the 7-day productivity challenge. 2 years of knowledge. I'm not joking. Literally thousands of hours of podcasts, of YouTube videos, of lectures. And I've put them into 7-day videos. It's absolutely free. You spend nothing, but you gain everything. I'm going to see you there in the link below. And that's all I want to talk about. See ya.